Godzilla's atomic breath from best all the way to worst. Now, to be honest with you, I'm gonna be a little bit biased here. I don't think any of them are bad. You know what I'm saying? Godzilla's atomic breath is just beautiful to me. But our current list is gonna look like this. You can see we've got Gojira from the very beginning all the way to the most recent Godzilla -1. And that's just the people named Godzilla. If you type in Gojira, you know, you can see a little bit more other than Gojira. He pops up both times. But you get the idea. Anybody with Godzilla in their name or Gojira in their name, they're getting ranked with their atomic breaths today. And here is our list right here. You can see this giant group of kaijus here, but you can see it says not Godzilla. So all of them, they're not going to be competing in today's video. Who is going to be competing? At the very bottom. You can see, I think we have like 22-ish kaijus. So let me know in the comments already, who do you think is going to have the best atomic breath, and who do you think is going to have the worst? Now, let me go ahead and reiterate the fact that this is just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? This is nobody else's but mine. So if you disagree, maybe you have one in a higher bracket or a lower, just let me know in the comments. For right now, though, we're starting off with the very first Godzilla to ever do it. We got my boy Gojira here. And as you can see, I mean, he's got a nice beam going on. It's a nice white hue, I guess. But I will say my boy Gojira is going to get a little bit of a leg up here. I mean, he is the very first Godzilla to ever do it. So, I mean, you gotta give him props where props are due. So let me know where you would have the very first Godzilla to ever do it, and let's go rank him. For me, solely on the fact that he's the first to ever do it, just like I said in the kaiju rankings, he's going in the best only because, you know, he's the first. Now we're jumping up a little bit in the era category. We got Showa Gojira here, and you know what? He already can show you his atomic breath because my boy can fly with it. So off the rip, I mean, that's gonna give him a little bit of a plus. You know, seeing that I'm pretty sure he's the only Godzilla that can do this, right? Like, what other Godzilla can fly with his atomic breath? I could be wrong, y'all let me know in the comments, but we can also land and do one as well. So let's go ahead and see it. Gojira, Showa Gojira's atomic breath in KU. To be honest, it doesn't look too different than normal Gojira's, other than the fact that the dorsal plates, they kind of were lighting up blue. But other than that, you know, it was kind of looking the same. What about the dorsal plate charge here? You can see the dorsal plates, you know, they kind of go blue, and you know, it's still a white breath though. And to be honest with you, we already have a white breath being Gojira, so I'm gonna go okay category. Mainly, he would have been worse, but he can fly with it. Come on now. All right, hopping over to Heisei Gojira. I might be a little bit biased here. Heisei, if you know me, you know Heisei's my favorite Godzilla ever. I just love the way this kaiju looks. I love everything about him, especially Burning Godzilla. We'll see him a little bit later. But for right now, let's go ahead and do the first atomic breath here, which is the heat ray. And as you can see, we got our first little glimpse of, you know, a little more bluish hue there. Let me try to go free cam with it real quick. You can kind of see the bluish hue in there, right? You know, it's a little more blue than the white ones that we've seen so far. Plus, I'm pretty sure once you get this rage all the way up, doesn't that make the atomic breath a little bit better too? Exactly. There we go. I mean, how do you not love that right there? Not only is it not a white atomic breath, my boy turns it into like an orangish red. So to me personally, he would totally be in the best category if it wasn't for Burning Godzilla. So for right now, he's going in the okay, but he's my favorite. So at least now, you know, I'm not being too biased. I put my favorite Godzilla in the okay category. Now, though, we've got my boy Frostbite Godzilla, and let's go ahead and hit his right off the rip. We've got the Weeper's Scream here, and as you can see, it kind of just looks like snow. And as you can see as well, it brings up icicles from the ground. I mean, that's just sick. Also, to make it look even nicer, we can hit that number 5 move, the One Quiet Moment. We can have all this traveling through the sky. This doesn't really matter for today's video, but it looks cool with the atomic breath. And then you hit the atomic breath, and look at all that, bro. I mean, how can you not put that in the best category? Who else can do this right here? I mean, he also uses his atomic breath somewhat to, like, light up his fist. Look at this. He freezes the arm with the atomic breath, and then you can punch with even more strength, bro. I mean, that should just make this kaiju a little bit better for the breath. So with all that being said, let me know where you would put Frostbite Godzilla's atomic breath on the list. Me personally, just because of all the stuff it can do, it's going straight to the best category. Like I said, who else can bring up spikes from the ground with the breath? All right, well, now we got the most odd one on the list. We got Moguera right here, and technically, you know, it's not a Godzilla, but it's like a form of Mechagodzilla, right? And Godzilla is in the name of Mechagodzilla, so let's go ahead and hit it. We got the plasma laser cannon here. And I mean, as you can see, it's not terrible. I do like all the colors that kind of come out of it. Now, if we were going roars, listen to this one. This would be in last place. Let's go ahead and do it. He just says his name, that's it. But as far as like, you know, atomic breath, plasma cannon, plasma beam, heat ray, whatever you want to call it, I would say I would put him in the okay category. I'm not gonna lie to you guys either. I thought that was gonna be our first worst, but Mogera, I can't do it, bro. I like all the colors in there. Now, if we're talking about atomic breaths, one that I personally think is the best would be this man right here. We got Godzilla -1, and to me, he has the most beautiful and the most dangerous destructive atomic breath I've ever seen. It's so good. So first off, we're just gonna hit it without doing the whole, free cam situation and see what happens here. That's not even the only atomic breath. You can see it just makes a giant wall of fire in front of him. But then he also has this one that whatever you're shooting at, you can see the spikes coming out of the back, and right when it's done, just a giant explosion at the end of it. That is beautiful. And it also heals him, bro. Like, come on. Everything about this kaiju, as far as atomic breaths, it's so good. I mean, what about this one right here? We press that 3 move, and the atomic breath makes it rain acid from the sky, or whatever it is. It's like that radiation, you know what I'm saying. And it also heals him. Like, bro, my boy's got too many moves that can just bring his health up. That's not what we're going for today, though. That's not what we're here for today, though. We're just here to see that beautiful atomic breath, man. Let me know where you would put Godzilla -1 in the comments. I mean, if it's not in the best category and in the #1 category, I don't really know where you would put him, to be honest. I mean, he's not just an okay, all right? Let's go rank. I mean, if I didn't give it away already, you know where he's going, man. Straight to the best category, and actually, I'm just gonna put him in first place. I mean, it's not a rank from like first to last, but he's going in first. Now checking in with my boy Godzilla 2019. And to be honest, out of the Godzillas from the Monsterverse, I would say this one is going to be my favorite. I mean, him and Godzilla 2021 are basically like the same, but Godzilla 2019, he does have Thermo Godzilla, but we never saw an atomic breath from Thermo. So we just got to see him from my boy right now. We've got the Lucent atomic breath. And I do like, you already know, I've said it before, I love the way the blue looks in the atomic breath, and I love the fact that, the dorsal plates light up too. And of course, you guys already know, if you're familiar with Godzilla 2019 in KU, you know that if we get that Empyrean radiation down there built up, that his T move is one of the most beautiful moves in this game, and it does have to do with an atomic breath. I mean, you can already see my boy just lighting up from the dorsal plates. All we need to do is hit like one more building, and there we go. Built up to 80 out of 80. Look how good my boy looks already. But now, I don't know what happened. It kind of like lagged me out. You saw the atomic breath. It was supposed to go straight into the sky. Hold on, let me try that again. Let me get back to 80 out of 80. Something glitched. Okay, here we go. Let's try this again. I'm pressing T. Okay, it's gonna do the same thing again. It's supposed to be, roaring and shooting it into the sky. But as you can see here, something's going wrong and it's just shooting it straight. It kind of looks like Godzilla Earth, though. You already know what it's supposed to do. And honestly, if it wasn't for some of the other Godzillas that are on this list, he would be in the best category for me, but he's got to go okay for now. He's in the same category as Mogera. I mean, you got to give it up to Mogera, though. His, it had some colors in it. At least it was kind of decent. Now, though, we got Showa Mechagodzilla. And like I said a little bit earlier, Showa Gojira's would have been in the worst category if he couldn't fly with it. So I'm just going to assume that this one is probably going to be in the worst category. I mean, it kind of just looks like a little bit of lightning, but it's real thin. I mean, he does have that all-out attack move, so let's go ahead and try that real quick and see if it changes anything for us. I mean, he only shoots like a little bit more rockets, and it comes out of the eyes too. But I mean, if we're just going for like how they look and whatnot, I don't think I like Showa Mechagodzilla's. I guess his can get a little bit cooler if you want to hit that V move and only do it from the eye beams, Like, watch this. If we hit the 4 move now, it's just coming from the eyes, but it's still very thin. And to me personally, man, there's just so many others that we can put in the best and okay categories. So we got to do it, man. We got our first worst of the day. We got Showa Mecha G taking the first worst. All right, stepping up to the plate, we got my boy Godzilla Jr., one of Godzilla's children over here. Let's go ahead and hit the professors, or the predecessors, sorry, not the professors, the Gambit. You already know it's the atomic breath. And I like all the steam that comes off of the dorsal plates when he does that. And I don't know if that Junior Tantrum, when it builds all the way up to 60, does that change the atomic breath at all? We're gonna go ahead and check that out before we rank, because honestly, I don't remember if it does or not. Okay, wait a minute. Now it just says charged, and it took away. Oh, wait, never mind. I think it changed it. Let's see what happens here. I'm just gonna press forward and go into the. Oh, okay. So he hits like a double scratch, and then he hits the move, the atomic breath. But I don't think it changed too much, but I also don't think it's bad at all. So for me personally, my boy Godzilla Jr. is gonna go in the okay category. Like I said, I like the blue beam better than, some of the other ones. Now, this guy doesn't have Godzilla in his name, but you already know. He's a form of Mechagodzilla. We got Kiryu. And now his atomic breaths and cannons and whatever you want to call them, they are pretty cool. Let's go ahead and hit the first one. We've got the, okay, that's rockets, my bad. This is what I meant to do. I forgot to switch the mode. We got the Maser Cannon right here that I think comes out of the chest, right? Yeah, it's a pretty big beam, a lot bigger than Showa Mechagodzilla's. And to be honest with you, I totally forgot how to do the Absolute Zero Cannon. Isn't that with Kiryu, or am I tripping? Oh, there we go. You just had to spam P a few times here. And now, one of them does the Absolute Zero Cannon. I just forgot which one it is. Okay, it's not 1, it's not 2, but is it 3? Okay, here we go. I think he's doing it. No, okay, never mind. It just changed his eye color. So maybe it's number 4. Let's go ahead and hit 4 and see what happens. Yeah, I don't think anything happened. Wait, let me switch modes again. Okay, there it is. Now we got number 5, the Absolute Zero Cannon. And for me, just because he has this move, bro, I'm going to go ahead and hit it. Go to free cam so that everybody can see this happen right here. The Absolute Zero Cannon is absolutely cool, but I mean, it doesn't last very long. So just because I think it could have been a little bit better, he did have what it takes to be best, but he's going okay category. All right, well, we got a little bit of a goof going on right now. We got Manila. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. I love Manila. I mean, how can you not? He's so adorable. But as far as how we're ranking him today, I mean, it's just on atomic breaths. So let's go ahead and see it. We got the swoosh, one time for the one time here. And as you can see, that's all it is. That little blue circle that explodes. Not the best. Oh, look at him throwing a tantrum. I just said it's not the best. I didn't say it's the worst. He said he wanted to try one more time. Let's hit it one more time here and go into the, okay. You see, you know, it does change a little bit once you hit that tantrum move. But I mean, does it deserve to be in the okay category? One more time. We're going to try it once more here just to give it one last look. As you can see, I'm following this blue circle right here, and it just barely does anything. Yeah, Manila, I'm sorry, brother. But you are, unfortunately, gonna have to go right next to Showa Mecha G. I'm sorry, man. It had to be done. We'll see a better version of Manila a little bit later. For now, though, we got my boy Final Wars. And this atomic breath here, you already know he's got a couple versions. The first one being this one right here. You know, it's got that nice light bluish hue. You know, the dorsal plates doing their thing as well. And it lasts for a very long time. But then he's got the even cooler one that I'm gonna go ahead and hit it and go into free cam, that it turns orange, bro. Like, how do you not like this atomic breath? I'm very tempted to put this in the best category. I mean, look how long it lasts. I mean, either one you pick there. I personally love Final Wars Atomic Breath, so I'm going best category. Like I said, for me, if you have an opinion, just let me know about it. Hopping over to Godzilla 2014. Now, this one right here might be a little unpopular opinion, but for me, I'm not a big fan of 2014's breath. Like, if we hit the Atomic Firestorm here, we don't really, I mean, you could see it kind of building up the back, and it's kind of got like a whitish blue hue, but it's not too deep of a blue. It kind of just looks like the white to me. I mean, definitely out of all the MonsterVerse Godzillas, this one is the worst for 100%. If you disagree, let me know. But in my opinion, I mean, I like the, you know, the spikes going up the back. I like the colors and whatnot. But it takes a little too long for me, and like I said, I'm not a big fan of the white hue. So let's go back and rank him. To be honest with you, like I said, maybe an unpopular opinion, he's going in the worst category right next to Manila. Now we're hopping over to Ready Player One Mecha G. I was so excited when I saw Mechagodzilla in Ready Player One. And now Ready Player One Mechagodzilla, his, you know, atomic breath is kind of odd. It's basically just a flamethrower. You have to stand still as well. So you got to stand right here, press number 5, and as you can see, it's just a bunch of blue flames. He does look really cool while he's doing it, though. But overall, I mean, my boy just has a flamethrower. It's not really even an atomic breath. It's a flamethrower. But is it the worst? Nah, it ain't the worst. I'm going okay category for him as well. All right, my boy Manila is getting a second chance here. He has upgraded himself, and now he is Manila EX, which, as you know, this kaiju right here does have a couple versions of the atomic breath. For one, we can hit the number 4 move, and as you can see, it does the same sort of like, you know, that little circle. You can kind of see it over there. Hold on, I'll do it one more time and actually follow it this time. As you can see, the circle's not blue anymore. It turns into like that orangish, yellowish color, or a gold color, whatever you want to say. And if you fly with Mr. Manila right here, the Thwomp move switches to something just, you know, a little bit more dangerous if you press number 4. Look at this bad boy's atomic breath. Okay, I mean, that thing is sick. I don't know about you guys, especially hitting this, you know, this beat is fire move sideways in midair. I think it's at least a little bit better than what normal Manila can do. I mean, look at the color to that, bro. It's so sick. Now, is it enough to be in the best category? Personally, I don't think so. I think he's still okay. But like I said, it's a leg up from the regular Manila. Hey, speaking about somebody with a super powerful atomic breath, for one, look how evil my boy's face looks right now. But for 2, look how powerful my boy looks while he's charging up this atomic breath right here. And as you guys know, it lasts for a good amount of time. But if you charge it up, it does even more damage like that. I absolutely love the way this Kaiju's Atomic Breath looks. And I love the fact that you can actually charge it. You know what I'm saying? And look how dangerous we look right now. My boy is just terrifying in general. But like I said, the fact that he can charge up his Atomic Breath rather than just pressing it and then kind of, you know, doing the damage that he can do, I think that makes this a lot better. So, you know, you might know where it's going already. And I know this isn't an Atomic Breath, but he can do one thing here as well with the charge. He can cover his eyeballs, and then when you get it charged all the way up, my boy just lets loose with the meanest pulse this game has ever seen, other than Thermo's pulse. But I mean, look at everything on fire over here, and look at the danger. Okay, you know what? Let's rank. I mean, I feel like he's got to be in the best category. The fact that you can charge it, the fact that it looks crazy like that, my boy's going in the best. I don't know why I thought Kamada had an Atomic Breath, but he doesn't. I think his other version, the Christmas version, has one. So for now, I guess this one is just going in the worst. Yeah, I didn't know he didn't have one, so my boy's going worst category. But my boy, this one right here, the one that's the Christmas version, I think he had something to do with an Atomic Breath. So let's just go ahead and figure it out right now. We got Kamada as a Rudolph character. It's Kamadolph here. And let's see what happens. I'm pretty sure that he has some sort of Atomic Breath, right? Okay, he just deuced a tree. Timeout, that's not the move. Maybe I gotta fly or something like that. Let me go present delivery mode here. I think it has to do with that Carol of the Beams down there. Maybe I have to build up the Jolly Snowflakes. Let me go ahead and do that. My boy Kamadolph has to absolutely destroy the city over here. And then maybe then we'll have enough energy. Oh, I think we can do it now. Hold up. There it is, the Carol of the Beams. Let's see, the number 4 move. And I mean, okay, that was all it was? Nah, immediately that's all I had to see. My boy's going in the worst category right next to his former self. All right, let's get the early Evo of Shin Godzilla. Let's give him one more chance here. He evolved into my boy Shinagawa right here. And I think he's got 1 or 2, right? If we hit that 3 move, what even is that? Okay, we'll revisit that thing that just came out of his mouth in a second. But I know he's got that blood vomit too. And actually, you know what? It's kind of got that pink hue to it. I'm actually surprised about that. But hold up, I gotta see if I can follow this thing. What is that right there? Yeah, I'm done with that move. So he's got that vomit move, whatever he threw up, I don't really know. And he's got this one right here, which honestly, like I said, it doesn't look too bad. But is it okay or is it worse? I mean, what would you think, Mr. Googly Eyes? Do you think you're best, worst, or, you know, just okay? Yeah, my boy had no comment. I'm really torn with this one. I'm going worst. You know, it's not great. He's just not okay. Something that is great, though, we are taking out Godzilla Ultima, and if it wasn't for Godzilla -1 being in this game, this would be my favorite Atomic Breath. I mean, can you blame me, bro? Let me go ahead and hit the 5 move, and I'm just gonna go to free cam to watch this happen. We've got the Ultima Spiritus in action. How can you not like this Atomic Breath? For one, it lasts literally like forever. For 2, it's got all the circles around the beam. The dorsal plates light up different colors. I think that's beautiful. Personally, I would put him, well, you're gonna see where I'm gonna put him in a minute, but where would you put Godzilla Ultima on the list? He also has the Ultima Vistitis, whatever that is. We're just gonna go ahead and hit it and see what happens here. As you can see, it's just another Atomic Breath that is pretty much, you know, dangerous as all get out. So like I said, where would you put my boy on the Atomic Breath list? And already, actually, we can hit the number 5 move again. That's what makes this even more dangerous. For one, you can walk around with it. For 2, it builds up pretty fast. And for 3, I mean, it lasts literally as long as any Atomic Breath in the game. And does a lot of damage too. So yeah, I mean, if all that didn't give it away, my boy's going to the best category, and it's not even close. And actually, he's going right next to my boy -1. We got a little honorable mention here, mainly because, you know, Thermo Godzilla in this game, he doesn't have an Atomic Breath, but I'm pretty sure Thermo Godzilla does have an Atomic Breath, like maybe in the comics or something like that. We didn't see it in the King of Monsters movie either. So, I mean, we can't really give him a fair ranking. So what we are going to do is hit his most iconic move and then switch to the next character. And you already know what that move is, man. First, we got to hit a little roar action. You know, we got to let everybody know it's about to happen. And then you hit that number 5 move, and look what's about to happen, bro. I mean, if this man had an Atomic Breath in this game, I feel like it would be just as dangerous as the Pulse. I mean, you already know how dangerous the Pulse is. I get destroyed by it in almost every Kaiju Universe video I make. So just because, you know, he's not the worst looking with the, you know, the Pulse, I'm gonna go with okay because, you know, he doesn't even have a breath. So he's going okay. We've got Mechagodzilla here, and to me personally, I think he does have the coolest looking beam of all the Mechagodzillas. At least the ones we've been through today. As you can see, we got the Proton Scream here. And I just love the red to it. You know what I'm saying? I love the red/pink hues. It looks more red in the actual movie. You know, they gave him like pink hues in this, which is fine, I guess. But in the movie, my boy's Proton Scream, it is absolutely beautiful. And I like the dark red hue. We'll show it one more time here with the free cam ability. And as you can see, well, you can see a little bit more red now that we're a little close to it. But overall, it's got like the pinks and whatnot. Definitely not the best, definitely not the worst. So my boy is being placed in the okay category. There's a lot of okays in this game, and actually the same amount of best and worst right now. Speaking of best, you can't really have an Atomic Breath video without seeing Shin Godzilla. This monster right here, pretty much on the same playing field as -1 in Godzilla Ultima, at least when it comes to how cool the Atomic Breath looks. First off, you already know what happens. He doesn't hit his beam just yet. He hits that fire move, which will destroy every city in front of him. And then, after that move, you already know what happens, man. If you hit number 4, we've got that beautiful pink beam, or purple beam, whatever you want to call it. You can see the spikes are pink, but the beam is more purple, and it kind of fades out to some heat. And as you guys know, he has a tail beam as well. If you press 5 over here, it scorches even more of the city, which is, you know, it kind of adds to the Atomic Breath feel. And I think his best move, bro, the best attribute that this guy has right here is this move. If you hit number 3, look at the back beams, bro. I mean, what other Godzilla can do some stuff like that? That is beautiful. Beautiful and dangerous, all of the above, brother. Let me know where you would put Shin Godzilla on your list. For me, I mean, you should already know where I'm putting him. I said he's on the same as Godzilla Ultima and Godzilla -1, so he's going right here in the best category, right next to him. Now, to be honest with you, Godzilla 2021, I love his Atomic Breath, just like I like, you know, Godzilla 2019's. But the only reason that I think Godzilla 2021's is gonna make the best list is, for one, watch how fast it happens. Right when you press 4, my boy is already shooting the Atomic Breath out. But then for 2, not only can he, you know, project the Atomic Breath out, if we just simply go to, you know, the middle of the city over here and hit this little special number 5 move, watch what happens here. With the Atomic Breath, we got the Hollow Earth Quarry that will literally obliterate an entire city. I can't even see it happen, bro. Look at all the buildings. Yep, they're just gone. So just because he has that Hollow Earth Quarry, I think it upgrades from okay to the best category for me. Like I said, just an opinion. I like that beam a lot, though. I mean, when the beam's so strong that it travels to Hollow Earth, you gotta be pretty high on the list. And now, though, we got Burning Godzilla, who personally is my favorite Godzilla of all time. I love the orange eyes that he has. I love all the accents of, like, the lava and whatnot on the body, and the orange dorsal plate. Just everything about this kaiju. I really wish that Burning Godzilla would get a remodel. I think that would be so beautiful in this game. So for now, let's go ahead and see the moves. We've got the number 4 Atomic Breath, or the Heat Ray. And I mean, look how beautiful, bro. It'll be even better once they actually do like a remodel for this kaiju. I mean, it would make sense. You know what I'm saying? With the new Biollante remodel, it would make sense that we get a Heisei remodel as well. He also has the Nuclear Devastation. I know it's like, you know, an atomic pulse, but I mean, it does look pretty cool. I mean, in this game, like I said, he just needs a remodel, and then all of the moves will look so beautiful. We're gonna do one last thing here. We're gonna hit the Meltdown move, and then hit that number 4 move one last time. Look how good it looks, man. I love all the flames that are, you know, sparking up from the body. Overall, this kaiju is just great. And to me, you know, I might be a little biased on this. Like I said, this is my favorite kaiju of all time. So there's only one place that I can put him, man. He's going in the best category for me. Let me know in the comments if you agree with these selections right here. This is the final list. Overall, I will say, though, Godzilla -1 has the best Atomic Breath of all time. That is the end of this video. Let me know any changes that you would have made to the list, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching. I love you. Goodbye.